for having a corrupt son. Come on. What is going on here? Don Blue. I'll give you money to buy stock and you keep the profit. Yeah. Why did he step down if there's nothing? He says, well, you know, I didn't do anything wrong, but I will step down and won't take these types of jobs if my daddy becomes president. Your dad's not going to become president. Your dad's proper fucked. Your dad was untouchable probably 2 months ago, and now the dude's ranking it at 3. He's being beaten by fucking Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. Another situation that nobody seemed to want to talk about last night. How in the world can you have a man approaching 80 who's stumping to be president and he has a fucking heart attack while doing so? Nobody's questioning that? You guys, there are tens and tens and tens and tens. There are a shit ton of articles from all of these left-leaning show websites out there complaining about how Donald Trump's cholesterol has to be high.
Really good.
Because
we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct, the
Once upon a
2019 edition, and you're going to be breaking it down. Tell us what you thought as a diehard Nintendo fan. So why don't you get us started?
Well, the last time I've been in a roller coaster that wild was probably Disneyland or Great America.
Mm-hmm.
There was some ups and downs. Not gonna lie. Started off pretty strong with the Smash reveal. If you didn't like Dragon Quest, might not have been the biggest thing, but they're like, hey, why not have one Dragon Quest character when you can have a bunch of them from different things all in one? So that was pretty cool. I mean, like, yeah, we have a lot of anime swordsmen in the game, but it was nice to have, like, set them apart from the rest of them. So it's a good intro. And then we got a nice passing the torch for Doug Bowser before we saw.
We're at E3 2019, so it's actually going really good. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct E3 2019 edition, and you're going to be breaking it down. Tell us what you thought as a diehard Nintendo fan. So why don't you get us started?
Well, the last time I've been in a roller coaster that wild was probably Disneyland or Great America.
Mm-hmm.
There was some ups and downs. Not gonna lie. Started off pretty strong with the Smash reveal. If you didn't like Dragon Quest, might not have been the biggest thing, but they're like, hey, why not have one Dragon Quest character when you can have a bunch of them from different things all in one? So that was pretty cool. I mean, like, yeah, we have a lot of anime swordsmen in the game, but it was nice to have, like, set them apart from the rest of them. So it's a good intro. And then we got a nice passing the torch for Doug Bowser before we saw Luigi's Mansion 3.
Well, wait a second.
Yeah,
I got to react to this. As somebody who's never played a Dragon Quest game, let me just say that did nothing for me. But Luigi's Mansion 3, that's pretty exciting to me. So what are the elevator pitch for Luigi's Mansion 3? Is it more Luigi's Mansion, or are they kind of revamping or adding anything new?
Now it's a giant hotel instead of just a mansion.
Yeah, I like that.
Which is nice. They showed some cool little biomes. Like there's like the medieval area, the foresty, arboretum area, icy area. So it's kind of cool to have all that stuff. It's going back to the roots of Mansion 1, I think, not 2, which was kind of more of a bite-sized mission version. So I like what they did that. And they were like, helpful to show off, hey, here's all the new moves right up front so you know what you're getting into. So it was cool.
And there's multiplayer, right?
Yeah. And you can have Luigi.
Oh, very exciting.
He disturbs me, I'll be honest.
Something I'm very excited for, Link's Awakening. I was a big fan of A Link Between Worlds and those top-down Zelda games when I was a kid. Never really dug them, but as an adult, I think they're absolutely phenomenal. So I'm very much looking forward to this one, especially the dungeon builder aspect. So tell me all about it.
I feel like that's a theme with Nintendo, is expect the unexpected. We expect a faithful recreation of Link's Awakening. And we're seeing that. Also, Dungeon Maker. You get Zelda Maker for free in the game. Why not? Sure, let's put it in there.
That's exciting.
I don't think it's multiplayer oriented. I don't think you'll be able to share creations from what we've seen, but you get to create your own little versions of the bite-sized dungeons and then go through them and challenge yourself, which is really awesome to have in this remake.
For sure. It's a nice kid-friendly RPG Zelda series. We always love that. But something that's not kid-friendly, The Witcher 3. Coming to Switch.
How?
We all kind of knew, right?
Switcher
3. Excuse me. Do you have anything to say about Witcher 3 that hasn't already been said before 2019?
I just don't know how they did it. And it was kind of weird because that's where the roller coaster of Nintendo kind of started going back up the hill. After we saw that, it was like, here's a lot of interesting ports that you may or may not care about. And hey, wouldn't it play Resident Evil on the Switch, but not the one you want, because we're not going to have 7. Here's...
Tem que ter agora? Mas mostra, eu já vou, é só um segundo.
Quando fores, tem cuidado, que o Miguel está em cima dele.
Ai, eu tenho cuidado, não ia saltar por cima do Miguel.
As luzes apagadas. palavras podias não saber.
Sick.
Eu vou ligar as
So
luzes
there
antes
are
de
no
entrar.
medieval animal.
If you didn't care, bottom top. I loved what I saw.
Fantastic. That's really exciting. There's a lot more